Hello everyone and welcome to VizRT Tuesday Tutorials. My name is Richard Evans. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for tuning in, Legends. Today I'd like to start taking a look at the 3Play, VizRT's system to help you create instant replays, melts, highlight reels, and more. Now this system takes true creativity to make it happen, and anyone who is creating is a friend of mine. So today I'd like to show you how to bring in video sources into your 3Play via SDI or NDI. Step 1 into the world of instant replay. So let me show you how it's done, son. All right. So I am on my 3Play 3P2 interface, and we are going to bring in our different inputs. So the first thing I want to show you is an image of the reverse side of the 3Play 3P2 hardware itself, and you'll see on the back that there are 4 different SDI inputs for you to plug your cameras into. All right, so we're going to cover that first. So after we have our cables connected, which I have done behind the scenes here, let's go into our interface and start to bring those in. All right, so let's go to camera number 1 on that source, and then you'll see this brings up the camera configuration, and under video source, click this drop down here, and let's select input number 1. And as soon as I do that, there we go. There's my football footage coming in. And let's do the same thing on 2. So normally by default, these are going to be set up as inputs 1, 2, 3, and 4. But I'm going to show you why I'm doing it this way. Because like we currently have this, the camera's already plugged in, right? But let's say that I want to bring this shot down here. All right, this is just for my workflow. That's just what I want to see. Instead of going back there and having to physically unplug cables and plug them back in where you want them to be, you can do it right here in the software. So let's see, we're going to do my camera 3. Let's make that the same source as my input number 1. And boom, there you go. Now I'm using the software to snag that source hardware-wise and bring it in this way. All right, so and then I can move this to something else, etc. Just depending on how you want to do your workflow, it's up to you. All right, but let me just put this to input 3, and camera 4 goes input 4. Boom. All right, cool. Now we have our game footage coming in here, and we can start to get to the instant replays. But I will be showing that process in future videos. Today, we're just going over the fundamentals of how to bring in these particular inputs. Now, one thing I wanted to mention is the VizRT ecosystem is all connected to each other, interconnected to each other via NDI, which is our video over IP protocol that lets you, bring in audio sources, video sources, even control cameras, etc., all over your network. So first thing, before you do this, make sure you talk to your IT guys and they're cool with you doing this. And then what ends up happening is all you need to do is connect your 3Play to another NDI-enabled device. For today's example will be a TriCaster, and then you can start sharing inputs. That way you don't have to go out and buy an expensive router to split your SDI signals to go to different machines, etc. You can just use your network to do this and make it super duper easy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut now and go over to my system and swap those inputs, and I will show you how to route things via NDI next. So hold tight. Be right back. All right, I am back and I have connected the SDI inputs to my TriCaster. So let's go ahead and do that same thing where I'll go into my input number 1 and let's bring in that hardware input number 1. There we go. Got a camera source going. Do the same thing across the board here. Input 2. Do 3. And number 4. Cool. All right, again, fundamentals. All right, sweet. So now I have my hardware inputs coming into my inputs 1, 2, 3, and 4. And by the power of NDI, once these are now into this system, I can now go through and select them via any other NDI device because I am sharing this across my network. No need for messy cables, which is awesome. All right, so let's go back to the 3Play. Again, I've disconnected those inputs, so my cameras 1 through 4 have 0 on there. So to get to those NDI sources, it's the same process. We'll click on the camera number 1, and under the video source, instead of selecting the hardware source, I'm going to click this drop down, and this shows all the different sources that are broadcasting over my network via NDI. Now, I'm here in the VizRT offices in San Antonio, so I got a bunch of different pieces of equipment here. So I need to just find the name of the TriCaster that I was using, that I've plugged my hardware into, and that's this one down here, the TC203. And let's just start grabbing these in here. So I'll go through and select it. And so now you can see all the different sources that are coming out of that TriCaster. So just I have the inputs. I also have the buffers, the DDRs, whole list of things. So let's go ahead and click on that. And boom, there you go. And if I go back and forth between these interfaces, you'll see my two sources are being shared. All right, same thing on input number 2. Click on that. Good to go. Let's go to number 3, let me close that real quick. All right, TC203, bring in input 3. And number 4, same thing. Yeah. Okay, so now we have all of our sources coming in to this system. Cool. All right, so now basically what I also want to show you is as soon as you do this as well, there is a caveat to it. So if I go back into my TriCaster and let's say my input number 4, I change that from the local hardware to something else. Like let's just say I'm going to go to black. All right, so now my input 4 is black, and since on the 3 play I was hijacking that signal for my input 4, you'll notice that is now gone. So it works downstream, so keep that in mind whenever you have that set up. So whatever you have it locked into, it needs to stay there or you can get it disconnected. So just a little helpful tip. So anyways, there's some pretty cool stuff you can do with this. We're going to get into how to make instant replays here in the videos coming up pretty soon, and we'll take a look at that. But for now, play around with this and of course, have some fun. Hey, there you have it, a way to bring video sources into your 3Play. Now for more tutorial videos like this one, be sure to subscribe to the VizRT YouTube channel at youtube.com/VizRTofficial. And for formalized VizRT product training, sign up for Viz University, available at vizrt.com/community/viz-university. And you can find more information about VizRT products and services by contacting your local VizRT partner or checking out our website, vizrt.com. And if you are posting your work using VizRT products on social media, make sure that you tag us using the hashtags VizRT, TriCaster, or 3Play. Keep up the great work, legends. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again real soon for another episode of VizRT Tuesday Tutorials.